The Bank of Jamaica to assess how recent flooding in the island will affect inflation. And in sport, Jamaica's netballers come out on top in the opening game of the three-match series against Barbados. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Monday, May 22. I'll be back with the details after the break.
The Sajiko Cahill School of Business and Management invites you to attend Navigating a Path to Growth, a risk and competitive intelligence conference at Hilton Barbados Resort on June 26th and 27th, 2017. Speakers include Global Strategy and Risk expert Dr. Andrea Schotter, Regional PwC Risk Assurance Leader Bruce Scott, Miss Lisa Padmore, Dr. Delisle Worrell, Mr. Ian D'Souza, Professor Patrick Hossain, Professor Gillian Marcel, and many others. For more information, call 246-424-7731 or visit www.uwichsb.org. Secure your space today.
So, you both went into the prison in the 1970s. What year exactly was it, Audrey?
Well, you know, the early 70s.
Early 70s, and you?
1970 itself.
1970 itself. And this was a time when the state was making war against radical leftist movements.
Governor of the Bank of Jamaica, Brian Winters, says the institution will be assessing the impact of recent torrential flood rains to determine whether inflation will be affected. This follows concerns that there could be price increases in the wake of crops being damaged by flood rains. For the 2017-2018 financial year, inflation is projected within the range of 4 to 6%. But Winter says it's too early to state what impact damage to the agricultural sector will have on its forecast for inflation. The Rural Agricultural Development Authority is still assessing the damage to the farming sector.
Clearly, an event requires assessment, and then if there is any reason to change the forecast, the 3.4 per month that I mentioned to you, that is what we're expecting in the coming months, we will then, say something about it. But at the moment, we are not in a position to evaluate the impact of that, and I would be careful about leaping to any conclusions about it. It depends very much on which exact products would have been going to market in Jamaica, and whether those products are, what weight they have in the basket, and so forth. So there may be an impact, there may not be an impact. If there is an impact, it may be small, it may be large.
An investigation will be launched into yesterday's fire at an oil refinery in Curaçao. The blaze occurred at one of the island's oil refinery crude distillation units. The facility is run by Venezuela's state oil company, Petróleos de Venezuela S.A., or PDVSA. Company President Julio Del Pino confirmed that no one was injured in the blaze and revealed that said an investigation committed had been, or an investigative committee rather, had been formed. An opposition MP in Bermuda has made good on his promise to bring back a bill that effectively seeks to reverse a court's decision to allow gay marriage in the country. Wayne Furbert has tabled the Human Rights Amendment Act 2017, which seeks to define marriage as between a male and a female, 2 weeks after High Court Justice Charles Etta Simmons ruled in favor of a gay couple and said gays should be allowed to marry. The judge had charged that the common law discriminates against same-sex couples by excluding them from the institution of marriage. Her judgment came almost a year after the non-binding referendum in which the majority voted against same-sex unions and marriages. Furbert is adamant that one person should not be allowed to make a decision that thousands had voted against.
Why should those individuals who believe that marriage should be defined between a male and female just sit down and say, it's all over? We're not at that stage. And why should one person make a decision on behalf of the 60,000 people or the 14,000 people who voted against it? It can't be right. First time in history, throughout the world, one judge has made a decision in that way. Even in the United States, it was 9 people, the Supreme Court, and it was a 5-4 vote. But now we have one person deciding? I don't think so.
A high court in Trinidad and Tobago has ordered government to hold off on implementing the controversial property tax for the time being. Justice Frank Sipasad has granted a stay of implementation of the decision by government that all property owners complete and submit a valuation return form. He also granted leave to former Agriculture Minister Devant Maharaj to challenge the legality of the enforcement of the property tax. As a result, the June 5 deadline given to citizens to present their documents for the calculation of their property's annual rental value has been voided. Sipasad said the stay will remain in place until at least May 31, but Attorney General Faris Alwari and Finance Minister Colm Imbert says government is appealing the ruling. Stay with us, your Midday Sport is next.
Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today.
Regional netball powerhouse Jamaica was given a scare by Barbados before producing a final quarter comeback to land a 44-44 draw in the opening game of the 3-match series on Friday night. TVJ's Ricardo Chambers reports.
The Sunshine Girls have never lost to Barbados, and so despite all the off-court issues, including suspension of key players, they went into Friday night's contest as heavy favorites. But Barbados came with a plan and for the most part stuck to it, and to the Jamaicans as well, who led 12-11 at the end of the first quarter. Then Barbados took command, leading by as many as 8 in the second quarter. They won 15-10 for a 26-22 halftime lead. But under 21 players, goal shooter Shimona Nelson, 31 from 39, and goal attack Kasana Williams, 13 from 15, distinguished themselves well on the night as the Jamaicans cut the deficit to 1, 34-35 at the end of the third. And in a ding-dong final quarter, Nelson had chances to win it, but missed twice at the end as the match ended in a tie.
Sprint icon Usain Bolt was among high-profile members of the sports fraternity paying their last respects as Jamaica-born British high jumper Jermaine Mason was laid to rest. Bolt, the multiple-time Olympic champion, was joined by the likes of Olympians Michael Frater and Nesta Carter, as well as former Reggae Boy stars Ricardo Gardner and Ian Goodinson at the funeral held at Hagley Park Road at the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And we get more of that story later on. That's Caribbean Intent. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.